You follow me? That's not a truck for a novice. You gotta know what you're doing to drive that truck. It's a 100-mile-an-hour truck, and the torque is through the roof. I don't care what you pull on. Like you said about that hill, I can run up that hill at 80 miles an hour. Anything that you pull on the back of that truck. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to do this, put your heart into it. If you're doing it for the money, you're in the wrong business. You follow me? Because you're gonna get the money, but if you don't love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? I love what I'm doing. I can't do nothing else. You follow me? But I like you said, I thought ahead because I know I can't drive forever. So I made certain investments in other places. You understand what I'm saying? So I can have a residual income and I can go put my big toe there. Follow me? Because that's my end game. You understand what I'm saying? What do you just say?
Real estate. Trucking buys real estate.
And the best part about that, I bought all my real estate when the housing market crashed. You follow me? So when the house that I live in, I got for just over 170,000. My house is worth upwards of $500,000 now.
I got a question. So
How many years that took?
Serious I bought my house in 2015. I moved in there in 2012, and I actually bought it because I was on a lease purchase program, and I actually bought it in 2015, and like I said, in 2018, 19, that's when the housing market started going back up.
I got a question for you though, and I know what you said. It's good to transition from trucking to your real estate. But the way the real estate is going, is it? I know it's going to be a little tough and more expensive. Is it still worth it to get?
It's worth it, but right now isn't the time to buy, unless you got cash.
Because of the interest rate.
Because of the interest rate.
Right.
You follow me? And the thing is, if you got cash, or if you want to go on flip mode, if you got a line of credit, you can utilize that line of credit because people are still buying houses regardless if the interest rate is going up or not. That's not exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you can negotiate your own rates. But if you can get a foreclosure for the low, you follow me, and make 20, 30, 40, 50,000 off of it real quick. But you got to have your own line of credit. You know what I'm saying? Because or your credit score is high enough where as though you can go to the bank and say, look, I want to buy this property, flip it. You can do it. Follow me? And then it's a smooth transition. Like after I leave here, I gotta go to meeting. I have a meeting with somebody about my business credit line getting up. You follow me? Which will give me that liquid power to just move anywhere I need to because the money is just gonna be sitting there for me to utilize whenever I need it for whatever I need it for.
So one more question. I don't need to ask you many. The line of credit.
Nah, it ain't too many. We out here tonight. I'm teaching y'all because trucking is what I know. I just like to help people, but this ain't the only way to get some money.
So is it a difference between like a line of credit and good credit? What's the difference? Like you say line of credit and like say like one of your loans or something. Is it a big difference or?
Yeah, it's a big difference because a line of credit means it revolves. You follow me? If I borrow 10,000 from you, right, and I pay you back your 10,000 plus your interest, what does that leave me? Nothing.
Right.
But if I give you a $10,000 line of credit and you use 7,000 of it and paid my 7,000, guess what you got left? You still got $10,000 line of credit. Go do something else with it. See the difference? So a lot of y'all gonna be getting phone calls. Oh, you need working capital, this, that, and the third. Don't take the money.
I done did it.
I done did it. I done did it 3 times.
I did it before.
You know something? Don't take the money.
Don't take the money.
Don't take it.
I got 40,000 first, then they gave me 70,000, then they gave me 120,000.
Oh, they gave you the MCAs?
Yeah, they busted me. You understand what I'm saying? And they was hitting my account every day. Back. But I was bringing in the money that could handle it until, remember 5 trucks I told you I bought?
Shit went wrong. Yeah.
That one broke. That one broke. The Max Forces was lemons. I still sitting in my parking lot. I got $100,000 worth of paperweight in my yard.
I don't even know how they got away with it.
I don't know how they got away with it either, but guess what? I gracefully bowed out, filed bankruptcy on them. You understand what I'm saying? And the crazy part, I was fighting them not file bankruptcy until somebody hit me like, boy, that's for you.
Nah, that's pride. See, let me tell you something. My attorney told me this bankruptcy is not what people think. That is a
In the
business.
world?
Bankruptcy is a business strategy.
Exactly.
It's not you failed.
And that's how
I know attorneys that got people that come in every year, every 7 years,
Every 7
on
years.
down, and that's a part of their business strategy.
Write everybody off and start over anew.
You gotta pay.
All
Let me tell you what bankruptcy is just running off on the plug.
That part, legally.
That's all it is.
Let me. It's 2 different bankruptcies. It's 7 This is actually some level, but I did 7 and 13, right? And I'm glad
Why
that I
you
did.
did 13?
I'm gonna tell you why. When I filed, had the big BMW, just that and third, the whole 9. You follow me? The company was $500,000 in the hole, right? Who signed for the company? Me.
Personal guarantor.
Exactly. So, I dissolved the LLC and put that under Chapter 7. You follow me? And I filed Chapter 13 for myself because had I not, that gave them privy to my property.
You wanted to keep the stuff that you bought.
No, okay. The lady that was in the witch con was kind of anal, so she wouldn't let me keep the BMW. So they took my baby. You understand what I'm saying? But I kept my houses and my trucks. You can have that baby. You follow me? So, long story short, the 13 worked out because I got to keep everything that I had. And while I'm restructuring, which I was already structured, but I couldn't utilize no credit. Took all my credit cards. It took everything. So I've been paying cash for everything for the past 4 or 5 years. It was cool at first, but you need your credit. Credit is a necessary evil, especially in this business, because if I make $100,000 this month and I break down twice, the $100,000 won't come down, way down. Say I blow a transmission, that's 10 right there. Rear end blow out, that's another 10. You see where I'm going with this? Now, if I got a line of credit, you follow me? I can continue to grow my money. You follow me? And let's say I want to, instead of having me pay that $10,000 this week, I can give them 25, 25, 25, 25 at the end of the month. You see, my money's still growing, right? And I still got my credit line back for the next breakdown, because you're going to get another one. You follow me? So
Yeah, not if, you know what you said, not if it break down.
Yeah.
When
When you win another one.
it's
So
going to happen, you can't escape it.
can't escape it. It's inescapable. But like I said, I got all older trucks now, and me filing bankruptcy was the best thing I could have did, because I was pulling my hair out behind my pay these bills, because they seized my bank accounts and everything, and I couldn't even pay my regular mortgage. I couldn't. They don't care.
That shit is world.
So, and that's what pushed me over to make the conscious decision to file it, because they didn't care about me, so I don't care about y'all.
Yeah.
You follow? You don't know I had a mortgage to pay, or who I had to feed, or gas like the grade get cut off. They didn't care. We want our money.
And I'm gonna tell you something, not even just about bankruptcy, but getting sued. I told you I got sued for 60 grand. Driving teams with somebody, same way he wanted to come on, like, all right, well, come ride with me. Got in an accident, wasn't at fault. Didn't write a police report, so I figured they understood I wasn't at fault. I was on the road, missed the mail, and missed the court date. You know, if you don't go to court, that's an automatic guilty. So the point I'm getting at is, once you start getting into financial obligations, they don't tell you when they coming. I went to the junk one time trying to buy something minor, and that shit was zero. They will come and take every last dollar you have without notice and notify the other banks. So the way you maneuver around that is charge cards, Cash App, and stuff like that is getting a little different. You don't want to have no much of cash though, because it's dangerous. And a lot of places cash ain't really no good. A lot of things you're gonna need, you're gonna have to pay online in some type of way. But trust me, stay out of them legal issues and get you an attorney. And don't wait till the last minute to get an attorney. And attorney is like a mechanic. My attorney been representing me since I was like 15. He even got me out of attempts at DUIs. Shit, I've been locked up for distributing counterfeit money. Fucking Secret Service was watching me. All in between, except murder. And an attorney is worth the money. That's why in the streets you call it a mouthpiece. No, I don't leave because you're asking the teacher. That's why they call it a mouthpiece. Because they speak a completely different language than you and I. We go in the court saying, I'm not guilty. Don't convict me. They talk about statute W91021 says, according to Comar or whatever. It's a completely different language. And if you ain't took the time to learn that shit, they're gonna throw you for a loop. So you gotta be careful. Any of y'all got any questions or input or what? What time is it, brother?
Nah, y'all good.
What time is it?
2:38.
Alright, well, we got to 4.
You most of us buy trucks before we learn the other end of it, right? And the other end of it is the freight brokering, things of that nature. But they just opened the course back up for freight brokering at CCB. So I'm trying to hopefully be on by December, so 2024 can be a different year for me. And then I can go to school. Wow. No, I want to be able to be on the op, so when I want to go back to school, I got money put up to where as though I can pay the bills or whatever, and go to school and don't have to worry about it. That's because I still got paid.
Freight broker don't pay off the back.
No, but
It take like 6 months before you even start making a little bit of money.
yeah, my idea to that is to be a freight broker is to be able to broker the loads and drive. I want to get hit twice.
I know. That was my idea too.
How did it work out?
You're not going. If your wife or somebody is doing it, you're not going to be able to drive and do that at the same time, because the amount of cold calling that it takes in order for you to build a book, in order for you gotta build a book, then you gotta get potential customers, then you have to turn them into actual customers, then you have to turn them into steady customers, because they might just start working with you only when they can't get their steady people, and then when they steady people mess up, then they bring you on full board. And then also when you first coming in, you're going to be taking the rates as a freight broker less than what they get, because you're trying to gain their business so you can have a chance to gain their trust, so they will want to use you as a repeat user or a repeat carrier or broker. So it may be a year before you even seeing any money.
It's a process, bro.
And it sounds awesome. And I remember I was in the yard with Peanut, and he was like, yeah, older guy, cause he already knew. I mean, he spoke to y'all before. He grew up in trucking. His father had 50-something trucks, and you gotta pick your poison. It's good to know the information so you can understand how brokers work, so you can negotiate better with them.
Right.
I did a load for 14,000 one time. They had it posted for 9. My freight broker course was 3,700. It was really 5 altogether by the time you put the hotel and the plane and all that stuff in there. I have gotten my money back several times, plus from the information I learned taking the course. But I haven't made $1 as a broker, and I had the whole broker thing set up and all that. So they work together, but they don't go together. I went to the first freight broker school in the United States of America. That's why I chose them, because they literally wrote the book. So what they asked us is, what comes first, the cart or the horse? It was a trick question. The answer was a horse. Or excuse me, the cart. Per him, it stopped.
Yeah, something's on it.
No battery.
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay.
Just let it go. And she got me over here. It's going look, first off, if you have a trucking company, you don't have to be a broker. You can get direct freight without being a broker if you're a trucking company. It's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
What happens is you get direct shippers and they give you more freight than you can handle, or you take the choice loads, all the local ones and the ones that go exactly where you want to go, then you broker the rest of them out to help your ship out. So that's the whole strategy. The strategy is have a trucking company. If you plan on surviving, you have to get away from brokers. What they told us, I'm speaking with, I was taught, not what I did. Don't go from broker to broker and go broke. So the whole point was start a trucking company, get away from being the owner operator, get your own authority, get away from brokers and get direct shippers. And as you get direct shippers, they'll give you more loads than you can handle. Then you take those loads and you broker those out.
So you do your homeboys, or to people that will.
Well, when you put them on the load board is like a fish tank. When you drop food in there, and the fish all come to the top. That's what the load board is. So just put it on there. If you put it on there, people won't bite. But they don't really go together. Because trucking is going to take up too much of your time. I went and spent all that money. Now they ain't on the class. I went and got the broker bond back. When I did, the bond was only $10,000, $1,500 a year. I went to Pacific Financial, and then you start the whole MC and all that shit. And you got all this money invested, and you buy the books. It's a book out there. It's called The Manufacturer's News. That has every warehouse in every single state in it, categorized by alphabetical order. You can get it in print or online.
It's called what?
The Manufacturer's News. That's like you get the Maryland edition. It's gonna have every single manufacturer in Maryland and the phone number to exactly who you need to call.
So when
And Blue Grace if you're doing LTL, if you're trying to be a broker, you get LTL loads on that.
yeah, Blue Grace,
Grace,
G-R-A-C-E.
like Amazing Grace.
G-R-A-C-E.
My fiance got from the trucking guru. Took a small little class. She got it. It wasn't these companies. The first time we hearing these companies, but the trucking guru, Shorty had a list of shippers from A to Z, from East to West Coast.
Yeah.
Paid like $150 for that.
Mhm.
Man, it was,
Has she been getting in contact with him?
I lost my truck, man. She dropped. She was like, "What you want me to do?" I said, "It's either you can keep on fighting and run the shipping, or you can just sit back and what I'm gonna do is I want to smoke. I'm gonna hire a couple drivers and I'm gonna let her dispatch us.
Mhm.
I don't like. That's it.
Well,
The broken. We gonna try again. We will try again.
they don't bite as easy as
They-
people lead
no.
you on to believe. do
No,
they?
no shippers don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't.
What y'all gonna
tried.
find?
Yeah,
What y'all gonna
I'm
find
fine.
out as time going on is that a lot of people have figured out, what they not telling y'all is where the money is not in the industry that they teaching y'all how to get in. The real industry is selling y'all asses information,
Yeah.
and nobody holds a seminar to tell y'all how to do that. That's where the money is at. That's what this is they're fishing. Gain people's attention. Capture their information. Start marketing to them through email and all type of sources like that. And if you can get 100,000 people to follow you and you can turn 1% of them into customers, that's the game. Sell them t-shirts and merch, host seminars, charge them to come and sell them a bunch of fucking information. It's professional dream selling is what it is.
But y'all can do it though. Hey, Sean, peace and blessing to you, bro. What you doing right here?
I'm trying to change it because I
Yeah,
paid
like-
money to go to just about all this shit, and I still pay for it, and they are useful, but it's not. They advertise this grandiose lifestyle, but what they don't tell you is that lifestyle was afforded by selling the information, not from the business. The business taught them the information they need to teach y'all, which they sold to y'all, which provided the money for them to live the life that they live. Look how many people go to church. I'm the only person in there with a plane to pass. I'm not knocking church. I'm trying to tell y'all something about leadership. That's what it is. That's the game. Now, if you smart and you have intuition, you'll take the information You'll separate the meat from the bone, and you'll look past the person, apply the information, and you'll get a result. But you're not going to get their result. You're not going to buy a $2.5 million Ferrari driving a truck. Sell 1,000 to 2,000 products for $3,000, and you can. You understand what I'm saying? It's a game. That's all it is.
It's a hustle.
So if anything, you need to start finding out. Backtrack these people. Backtrack them and see who they were before they started selling information. That's all you gotta do, y'all. This is the social media era. Backtrack them all the way back. Backtrack these rappers y'all so infatuated with. How this your first song and you got $1 million. I used to rent fake money to people for prop. I'm trying to put y'all down with shit. People be thinking I would be known. How you was just dusty as hell. Don't fall for the game, man. Don't fall for the game. How many people making music, they got college degrees and they talking about they in the trap. And then kids going out there believing them and getting life. Imitating an actor.
You're becoming lifeless.
That too. People talking about drugs. Project Pat say he rap about heroin all the time. He ain't got no affinity for heroin. Little kids going around getting high, trying to be like them. You understand what I'm saying? You need to be able to see through the bullshit. And that's what's going to help guide you through life.
Say something. I'm just gonna say this. Y'all want their own operator, just like Sean said, pick your poison. What you want? I'm gonna say this. MTA, when I worked there, I made $100,000 a year. But I worked 60 hours a week in 5 days. You get what I'm saying? I worked. You know, I made it work. But trucking companies, certain companies will give you the same opportunity too at $25, $30 an hour. You're gonna put that work in. Like Cisco, all these local companies, Cisco, PGF, Gordon, stuff when you got to touch.
Now all that stuff is food. Remember I told y'all earlier, food is one of the top payers, but you're gonna have to work.
You're gonna work for that. You're gonna work for that money. But I'm gonna say this. If everybody wanna buy a truck, get a trailer, honestly. If you
Don't
want
get no other trailer but a flatbed.
You know,
a flatbed,
you know, to rent. I mean, you know, of course you probably don't have.
You wouldn't recommend them to get a reefer?
No.
Oh, I had a reefer, so it is costly.
Reefer is gonna take up a whole lot of time waiting.
Yeah,
They
it's like
strict
driving.
appointments.
Yeah,
You try to get there early. They not trying to hear that.
Flatbed, he is right.
If you lose a load, you're gonna have to get stuck. You're gonna get stuck with the load.
I did all that.
Claim.
Sean, listen, don't remind me. I done been there. I promise you.
Now you got a whole load full of food.
Go to Amazon. They rejected the load. They told a lie. Had to go from Amazon down to Hagerstown. Go to fucking right up to PA. Go to
Who paying for all that fuel you using?
me. Who? I was me.
I just had a 2-day layover in PA.
No,
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't take the load.
And
Yes.
and reefers have an additional engine. So not only do you have your truck
You
maintenance
got diesel
now,
twice.
now you got
Diesel twice.
the reefer engine, the maintenance,
Yeah.
which is more cost. Reefer insurance costs more.
Yeah. They gonna add
Flatbed is quiet. A lot of people are scared to do it or they don't want to do it. They don't want to get dirty, they don't want to get wet, whatever.
Dirty. Flatbed.
And that's costing people thousands of dollars. And as long as people are like that, it's good because y'all hear people talk about whatever the majority do, you do the opposite. Y'all stay over here and sleep while you getting loaded and stay clean and all of that. And it's a small percentage of people over here that's willing to do it. And that's why it's more opportunity. Wherever there's less people, there's more opportunity.
Yeah.
High demand.
But
Right.
the key in with Sean, I'm just gonna say this, my brothers and sisters. I want to see everybody grow and succeed in anything. I don't want to see nobody live. The key to being an owner operator for me, for anybody else in here who want it, get yourself a nice running truck, an older one.
Right.
Women, ladies, if y'all don't mind doing flatbed, if y'all want to mess around, mess with
I
flatbed.
see a lot of women doing it.
Yeah, mess with flatbed, it's okay. And what I'm gonna say is this: see your vision of your life, of what you want. and just let that truck make you 180, 200,000 a year. So now you seeing all your money in your pocket. Now, like I said, you don't gotta do what Sean
Now
did.
you talking about net.
Net. That's net. That's you make-
after.
Yeah. Oh, it's after taxes? Damn, Sean. How much you want, bro? Spending on 200,000 after taxes?
Yeah, my last year, man, I did 518,000 my last year.
But listen, all right, out of respectful, like I said, I watched him on Instagram for a while. Like, for a while. I'm the type of
I had to
motherfucker.
cut back because goddamn, I'm showing too much, and
That's a lot. That's
you
a
know,
limit. That's different.
there are agencies who monitor
Yeah, they will monitor the
every
money.
single thing.
Every
I
little
say.
doubt, yeah. So just figure out, get your truck, get your trailers, make sure you.
Basically, social
I'm saying
media,
that first.
they put social media out there for people to be more comfortable, more.
You know how they got the Food and Drug Administration?
Yeah.
You know how they got the Alcohol, Firearm, Tobacco Administration?
Right.
You know how they got the task force, jump out boys?
Right.
Anybody that's living right now that don't understand that there's a specific task force that monitors social media, they out of tune and they don't need to be doing.
I don't
nothing
post
wrong.
my company on social media.
Yeah,
I got a social media to stay social, regular person, you know, but my trucking business, if y'all look at my old social media, y'all gonna see fitness. The fuck, that's how you just work out. Like, hey, look, that's all you gonna see. Couple little pictures, hey. But get a truck, get a trailer, y'all. Make 150, 80, 180,000. If you want to stay local, manage your life. Remember, manage your finances. Or a truck can give you the opportunity to do it. Say, I got my own business.
Right.
I ain't gotta work for somebody no more.
And you making more than
And
any
you make it
job.
more. You make it more than any job.
Ain't
you
no
get.
job gonna pay you
Nah.
like that.
Nah.
Are you about to go and buy a Lamborghini off a handful of trucks? Probably not. It's possible if you got really stellar credit and you got a low cost of living and you put a high down payment down. But don't fall for the bullshit. This shit is gonna get you hood rich. A nice house, couple of nice cars, motorcycle, you dress and travel how you want to.
I don't want it anymore. I'm done with it. I got
Yeah.
one business left.
Once you get that out your system, you'll learn.
You'll learn.
That shit ain't.
I learned. That shit don't
I
mean
had so
nothing,
much
y'all. I'm
fucking
telling you.
jewelry and shit.
That shit don't matter, y'all.
And that's the one thing.
That shit, it dies down.
Man,
After you get that initial thrill,
Yeah.
It's over.
it's out your system, then, alright, what you really need.
I'm looking for a dually.
Yeah. Gotti,
I'm like, it's other
he
things.
tried and tried and tried from the warehouse that he had to the detail shop that he had on York Road
Don't
to
nothing
the
pay like
car
truck.
lot. Yeah, he been saying, cuz, come on, rock with me, but I was tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about what I'm worried about. He come over my house, 2019 when he got his first truck, he come over the house, bring it to the ad. Look, boy, look, I'm trying to tell you, come on. He come back with the wiper. You know what I'm saying? Look, boy, I'm trying to tell you, come on. Or just give me some money and I'll do that. He come back, he got the red one. Boom, he got the flatbed. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put his business
Well,
out
don't
there,
put-
but he
that's
got
out,
a house by
gotcha.
the water. You know what I'm saying? Like Vandals, the Harleys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got the toys.
Got
You
my
know what I'm
house
saying?
built from
I
the
didn't get
ground
all
up.
that, but
Yeah.
like
What
I'm
he's
looking
saying
at-
is he's making confirmation about just saying,
Yeah,
the
but-
trucking that gets you hood rich. You
Yeah.
ain't gonna be
But
coming
the thing
over.
about it is, he got hood rich, but he doing shit and look better at it than doing what I'm in the streets every day, all day,
This is
and I got it. But he making the shit look good. But I'm like,
Cause you
I'm
can put it on
busting my
paper.
ass out here. I got it.
You can't put that on paper.
Well, that shit is
Yeah.
dead though, bro.
But now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm living in a rented townhouse. This nigga got 5 bedrooms and 3 shops.
You got 5 bedrooms, motherfucker. You ain't making
You know what I'm saying? So
And
like,
that's,
you know what I mean?
and that's another thing. Don't be mindful how you interact with people, because a lot of people see us getting off work and we've been out there for days and we looking rough and got it fucked up,
Yeah.
straight up.
I love my house.
They ain't got no idea
Fuck
how
that.
motherfuckers are living, and the people judge you by the way
That's the
you
best
look.
way to be though.
It is, because it allows people to show you your true colors, but if you're not cognizant of that and you are dealing with people differently than you should be, it can shift your people relationships. But then once you start finding out shit about people, then you try to people try to switch up like that, like, oh, you such and such, and then start treating me different. And I'm like, oh, okay, you showed me who you is.
Right.
So just be cognizant of that, and don't downplay nobody's information, because you can learn from anybody. You believe, homie?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, let the-
I'm just trying to chime in with you. This
I'm
ain't
just
this.
ride over there.
Alright, I appreciate you coming, guys.
Give me my spot. I appreciate you.
We about to get out of here in a minute
No, you
anyway.
gave me my spot. I got to sit where I belong at. This your thing.
No, that ain't my thing, it's our thing.
I got a question for you.
Take the initiative to kick it off.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm gonna sit right here and listen.
I got a question for you, like, when we do get our trucks, do you recommend us getting like, putting them investment into getting like the system, like you got the diesel laptops, or would you recommend us going to somebody, or because it's as expensive as it is, would it pay for itself, or would
I
it?
tell you this, same thing what I was saying with him about the broken thing.
Yeah.
I got this, I gave this to my son. Well, he ain't my biological son, but guy from the neighborhood, and I regard him as my son. And I've had this motherfucker for 2 years, I ain't did shit with it. Trucking will consume your whole goddamn life.
Goddamn right.
Yes, it will.
All them plans and shit people be having about they gonna do this and do that shit out the window. Once you turn that goddamn key.
Maintenance.
So, and when you not driving, you fixing it or taking it to get fixed.
Hey, Sean.
That's the
Yeah.
worst part.
Bro, I was loading, running my load yesterday. I had a truck issue. Yesterday, I was up at 3 a.m. I
Right.
didn't get home till 10 o'clock last night.
I can believe it.
I was back up at 7 o'clock. He gonna hit me up like, hey, champ, you woke me? I've been up since 7 o'clock. And I'm woke. That's his call to take your life. That's the
Yeah,
part of the business on.
Yeah.
you're right. And duty calls, but let me make it simple for you. When you buy a truck, you are going to do fuel. Get you a day cab. It ain't gonna be no more than 10, maybe 15 grand. That's gonna get you that 5 to 7 where you bring home that 445 in your pocket. Depending on where you at, as long as they don't have that whole network of people, because that is like a seniority based type of thing.
Yeah.
Get you a grease gun. I was told by an electrical engineer that grease, lack of grease is what cause 60% of mechanical failure. I say 50. But your oil, your coolant, and greasing your components down. When you take your truck to a mechanic and they grease your truck, they don't get all the grease fits. Mechanics will miss stuff because they're human beings, or it'll be something hard to reach, or they just didn't know it was there,
Right.
and they miss stuff. When you go get a PM, they supposed to check your differential fluid, your transmission fluid, they supposed to grease your clutch. Most of them, they just do all the obvious fittings, slap some grease on the fifth wheel, and then send you down the road. You need to learn how to grease your own truck. That's half the battle. While you underneath your truck greasing it, it's going to get you familiar with looking at the components on your truck. So you under there, you'll see if something is loose, or you'll see if something is leaking. Then you can bring that to the attention of a mechanic, and they can fix it before a small problem turns into a big one. But you can't trust mechanics to, I'm telling you, I get ultimate PMs. They don't be checking my transmission fluid. I get the transmission built right now. That shit was empty. But I'm paying extra money for them to perform a service that they not. Most people never change that differential fluid. And then when they burn the fucking axle up, then they, $10,000. Fucking $100 or so and over. Most people don't know how to check it either. So, at some point, that's when I got a yard on 68th Street. At some point on Saturdays, y'all got trucks, you can bring them down. And I'll show you how to grease your own truck and how to check your fluids. Your fluids are there for a reason. I rebuilt the engine 2 times in a year. Overheat, blew the head gasket. That was from a small ass coolant leak where the clamp was behind the frame and I didn't see it. And it's not leaking unless you move it. So you're not coming back to a puddle. Had I caught that and put a fucking clamp on that, you know how much money I would have saved?
Damn. You just said it made sense.
So, you gotta get familiar with your truck. And gotta learn how to pray. Cause prayer is the key. Faith is.
I just caught my truck leaking, and only reason I seen it leaking because I was in a blacktop Bay Area, and I seen the drops, and I'm like, oh, I took a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? And then when I did the pre-check after I dropped the drive in, and I checked it, the coolant level was still where it was supposed to be at. But I said, it's leaking. I just seen it leaking. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the puddle coming, but I see the evidence coming to my truck. And I'm like, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, all right, so.
Did you crawl underneath?
No, I didn't.
You're gonna want to start doing that, cause a lot of times we don't want to get dirty, can't get back in the truck. But if you got sleeping, you over the road or doing whatever you're doing. I'm always in black. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get familiar with climbing under. Think about when you first went to school when they were teaching the preacher. You ain't know none of that stuff. Unless you mechanically inclined. I didn't. I couldn't tell an alternator from a water pump. But as time went on, I could. So, and then I'll give you an example about trying to do too much stuff at one time. I went to school with her. Then shit started happening with the trucks. I had to stop going to school in order to, because the trucking is primary. So it become a conflict of time. And then you gotta look at, well, what's really paying me? You see what I'm saying? So, like when you watching mechanics, and now most mechanics, if you got a good mechanic and you building a relationship with them and you constantly spending money with them, they'll teach you as they fixing it. And most of this stuff, it's not a car. You don't have to know how to change a truck tire like a car. Most men, any worthwhile man should know how to change a car tire, but you don't have to know how to change no truck tire. Know how to grease it, stay on top of your hoses, know how to change and carry extra clamps, stay on top of your fluids, not just your oil and your coolant. Those are two most obvious, but you gotta check your transmission fluid and you gotta check your differential fluid. You need to be checking your tire pressure with gauges, not kicking them or hitting them with a tire thumper. And you need to know how to check your tread depth. Because if you're on the operator and you go get a flat and get a used tire, you put it next to one, and it's like a 32 second difference. The good tire is gonna get wore down by the bad tire. Yeah, so that's how life is. You gotta watch who you hang with, cause they're gonna bring you down to your level, or their level, or try to. So you learn a lot about life from trucks as well.
What program did you go to?
Which one?
For diesel mechanics.
Well, actually, I just did a week-long training with them, and I went to North American Trade Center.
How long was it?
Shoot, you graduated, didn't you? You didn't?
It was for 18 months.
18 months.
How was it though?
I didn't have
I don't suggest people go to school.
Yeah, it was.
You can't read a book and learn how to ride a bike.
Right.
So when we went to trucking school 13 years ago, they told us it was a shortage of drivers. Well, they never told us it was a shortage of mechanics too. Trucking companies I just got offered a job the other day because I was at the training and the guy saw me and just walked up to me on the break. He offered me a job $41 an hour, working in a zinc mine. And paid me $6,000 to relocate to Knoxville and work underground. They will train you because they can't find people to fix stuff. People are more technical now. This is a technical generation. This ain't the roll up your sleeves and get dirty generation. This ain't the World War II, Vietnam vets and all them type of men is damn near extinct. So that truck stop right across the street, they'll train you and give you tools. And you can come in there and not know anything. And they'll send you through a training process. Yes. a lot of these companies, Penske, Ryder, they'll send you to school 5 weeks and then you come back and they paying you $27 an hour while you're in school. So it's an opportunity out here. A lot of people don't be seeking it. But it's two different ways to learn. Like with trucking, you can go to a trade school. You used to be able to go up to the MVA with a friend, but they stopped it. That was around the time I stopped the trucking school training Eastbound. Aside from the fact that they ain't want us there no more, wouldn't allow us to rent it. You can go to trade school or you can get trained hands-on by a company. Why I spend 18 months, what you'll learn actually doing it in 18 months would supersede what you'll learn reading the books. If anything, go and buy the books if you're really dedicated. Read the books on your own and work in the shop along senior mechanics so you can pick up little tricks of the trade as time goes on. Or if you own equipment, when things break, get down and dirty. Because sometimes you don't have a choice. I've been there before on the side of the road where you had a series of breakdowns. And this particular time, you just ain't got it. And you just got out. I had injectors done one time and left the shop. The truck stopped 10 miles down the road. And the mechanic don't always fix the problem. So in $3,000-4,000 when you start adding that up into 6 and 7 major maintenance issues back to back, and you got mechanics will make mistakes as well. And when one person did something wrong, and you got multiple people trying to troubleshoot and figure it out, that can add up pretty quickly. So, but if they going to go to school, it's a school called UTI. They have a room and board, and they all over the country. And they got one in Miami that's real cool. It's a 45-week program. When you complete it, you'll go straight to work, and they are tied in with Peterbilt. So once you finish, if you choose to, you can do a Peterbilt specific course, and that'll send you straight to a dealership. So it depends, but hands-on is the best. This shop, United Rental, they're training apprentices now. They work on heavy equipment, diesel mechanics. They'll bring you in there at $20 an hour and train you. And then once you have 6 months, a year, you can use that to build on. But what I really suggest is hands-on and getting a job in an independent mechanic shop, part-time. So you work in an actual shop, and then you go and work for somebody who fixes stuff on their own, because they're going to teach you the stuff the shop won't teach you because they can't do it because of warranty. And they don't want to do something MacGyverish, and then somebody come back with it and try to blame them for something. But there's a whole lot of ways. You know, you can start an engine with cooking oil. You spray it in the intake. Old farm guy taught me that. You know, a lot of shops won't even let you use starter fluid. But there's some things that you do out there when you have no choice that the actual shop won't teach you. And also because a real big shop is focused on hours. They want to go through a whole troubleshooting process so they can bill you hours as opposed to fixing something real quick.
So do you,
You mind pulling your mask down? I just want to see it for you. Okay.
Yeah, but do you take people for the road test
I
for
do.
NVA? Yeah, cause
But they're gonna have to at least have one lesson with me.
yeah.
Because here's the thing with motor vehicle, they focus on the verbiage, so it's easy to fail the test there. You can know how to drive, but if you don't say the pre-trip how they wanted to say it, Glen Burnie is the best motor vehicle because they'll give you a cheat sheet, and that's a pilot program. They test it to see how it's gonna go. I used to have relationships up there, and I'm not extending my hands like that no more. But once upon a time, I was helping a lot of people get their CDLs. If you know somebody need the ELDT, which is entry-level driver training, I'm certified with the motor vehicle as a trucking school. So I can do all of the above. But if somebody want me to train them from beginning to end, they gotta pay me up front. Because that means I'm gonna have to not do what I'm doing in order to come and train them. And I trained for free for almost a year. So I don't see none of the people I train. You see how people take the food and go? All these people got their licenses. And they not turning around and doing what I did for them for other people. Not to me, because I'm not looking for nothing.
So how
People supposed to pass the blessing on.
So, cause I was talking to my brother about me, getting my CDL.
You got a permit?
No, I'm gonna work on that. So,
Well-
and I have to get that first.
I can help you get that. I'll give you my telephone. All y'all, I gotta give y'all my number to you. Don't nobody got my number. Y'all be the only ones. I'll give you my number and then we can work on that because that's an easy thing. You get the permit and what the main thing you're gonna have to focus on is the pre-trip. After the pre-trip, all the other stuff falls in line. And I got a yard you can train in there.
Oh, okay.
So we just had to figure out a schedule that you work and all that stuff with. I'll write my number down for you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
we can do that.
So.
Cause I'm active with the motor vehicle.
Oh,
But that don't supersede what I'm doing. That's a secondary activity that I got in the pocket.
right. Thank you. And, so, would you recommend,
You want your CDL?
yes.
You
I
got
do.
children?
No.
How old? Well,
Not yet.
I ain't gonna ask you how old you is.
Yeah, I'm 39.
Don't go to a trucking school.
Yeah.
Open my website real quick if you can. Go to I toured that one before. At the actual one before doing mine. That's why I started doing it in person. They want to get as many people in there as possible. And you basically teaching yourself.
Yeah.
How much they charge you?
I haven't, well, my job paid for mine, but for that, I went to 2 schools I had to get my money back from. And but I just
CDL
needed-
book club?
It was some school Ontario, CFI,
Yeah.
Seattle and shit. But, I just needed the maneuvers, the practical maneuvers, because I didn't know how to vote, so I just looked at that. But I had to get my money back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Break it down.
They give you full refund?
Yeah, I was mad.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I'll give you the website in a minute, but long story short, you can get your CDL for free from a trucking company. I got a website. If you fill the information out, it'll send your name to all sorts of trucking companies, and now the recruiters will call you. You'll get your CDL within a month. They'll pay for your plane ticket, your hotel, and feed you. And they're gonna want you to work with them for like 9 months to a year. Nobody can take your license if you leave. And if you do leave and they try to charge you a fee because they starting to get stricter on that, you're not gonna be paying no more than you would pay the school. However, you're gonna actually know how to drive. The school teach you how to pass the test. You don't learn how to drive until you start driving. So it's better to start with a company, get the CDL through them, and actually do real loads. And then after 3 months or whatever, you be comfortable driving. You can leave them, either come home and go local, or if you're in a position to purchase a truck, do that as well. So we can talk more about it. That's the simple thing. You can get your CDL in 30 days. Yeah, don't pay these. They overcharging and they underserving. They got too many students, not enough teachers. The teachers aren't qualified. They're not interested, and some of them not even teachers. They took a job. Teaching is a natural innate ability. You see how his brother got there breaking all that stuff down? That's teaching. Going to a place to get a paycheck where you have no interest in what you're doing is not completely different. So you need people who really want to see you succeed. So I wouldn't, matter of fact, knowing what I know now, I would have never went to school. I was on parole and I was on the VPU. So I was on the box. So I couldn't go nowhere. And I wasn't gonna sit around and waste time.
And see, like I would tell my sister, cause I did it, like him, I started with MTA back in 03. And I stayed with them for like 7 years. And that's why I got my
7
B license.
years?
Yeah, I stayed with them for like 7.5 years, got my B license. And in 15, I got my A license, it was a blessing because I was able to get this program where they paid for me to upgrade to my A license.
Through MVA?
Nah, it was a company called it was like a scholarship fund. And they let me. I was allowed. I was able to go to CCBC. It was like an accelerated program.
I heard about that.
Yeah, but you gotta be able to.
It's a waiting list too.
Yeah, now it probably is, but I was able to get into it, and you know, like I tell people, I was blessed to get my A license because it's expensive. So you know, it's like you said, it's nothing like it. I mean, nothing like experience. Because even when I got the A license, I had to go with different trucking companies and
To learn how to drive.
Yeah, to learn how to drive. And then once I got with Western Express, it wasn't the best company, but I was able to go all over the country and drive and get my maneuvers and stuff down. So.
And Western Express is one of them companies that'll take anybody.
Oh yeah, they say killers, man. I'm serious, man.
They'll take anybody.
They take anybody, man. As long as they put you in that truck.
You been being quiet back there, man. You ain't got nothing to say.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I always got something to say. Right now, I'm sucking it up.
You gonna have to come and teach one time so we can learn, you know, about property and stuff. We got, I call them top dogs. I ain't caught on nobody, but throughout the times of us meeting guys that I've been in communication with come in, and we got some serious dudes, man. You'd never even look at it and think, and got some serious shit going on. But it'd be good to hear you talk about the real estate. It may help some of them, and then also they may be able to help you. A lot of them got properties and all type of other shit going on as well.
No doubt. Yeah, it's actually a blessing. I want to say I've heard of you, but I wasn't following you.
But it really ain't about me.
But
Y'all think this is about me teaching y'all trucking. What it really is me introducing my essence to y'all. Because it's something inside of me that affects people when I come in contact with them and they start to benefit from it. That's what it really is.
Yeah, that's what was amazing to me too. When I used to see you putting out there, people coming home from jail or people still in there about to come home, you there like spreading yourself, and I was like, you're a God gift. I always told you like, God gift. Like, God bless you. You don't know what you're doing.
Thank you. Anybody else got any?
Yes. So when you're just starting out as far as like your own business, because that's what I'm working on, would you recommend, is there anything against renting trucks?
Renting.
Because my thing is they will take care of the maintenance.
You right. Renting, everything has its place. If you are going to rent a truck, the only real purpose for doing that, aside from you having multiple trucks and one of them being down and you just getting in the clutch, is if you plan on living on the road. And if you is going to do it, it'd be best if you had a mate or somebody that in the same field when y'all drove teams together. Cause renting, it's gonna run you about $2,000 a week, $2,100 a week. When you add the miles,
And they charging miles in there too.
that's what I'm talking about. So before you know it, you done spent $8 grand, $9 grand in a month. Not talking about insurance, just the truck. It will keep you rolling, and it'll eliminate your downtime. But if you really want to make it worth it, you're gonna have to have a team, somebody. Or I did it to get out of jams, like the truck in the shop, and you don't know how long. But no, because by the time you done had it for 2 months, you could have bought a whole truck cash.
Let's piggyback off that.
But one before you go ahead, unless like she was talking about the box trucks, unless you secured a major contract that's time sensitive. Cause you can lose contracts.
Yeah.
Then you get rentals, so you know you got trucks all the time, and you know what you're doing every day. But to be on the spot market, hopping from load to load, no.
Well, see, it wasn't gonna be like load to load. It was just gonna be something consistent.
You got a contract already?
No, I'm working with my mentor on building my own business, so it would be consistent.
What kind of mentor is it?
She's been in healthcare business for many years.
So you gonna be hauling healthcare products?
I can, but we're working with like senior senior centers delivering food and stuff like that. And
Oh shit, locked in.
yeah. So
I heard that.
So
That's good shit.
yeah. So
I tell you what.
because the food industry, like with the seniors, it's really.
Can you get the contract secured on the contingency of you getting the trucks? Because
are in the work.
right, but so here's what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got that type of mind where you thinking on that level,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way for you not even to have any trucks. What you focus on is securing the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Then you sublease the work out, and you take your percentage off of that. And what you do is you go on the load board and you analyze the spot market to see what the local rates are, and then you compare that from what they're going to give you. Then you take your piece out of the middle. Then you got a lower overhead. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. That would be an awesome way to do it. You can go out and buy a truck. I'm not saying don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have a CDL, and of course you're gonna make the bulk of the money if you're driving it and you got the freight directly and it's consistent.
Right.
That's where you're gonna make the real money. If you get that going, which I believe you can, you don't have no children.
Not yet. No.
Yeah, get rid of everything you own.
What do you mean get rid of?
Get a truck.
Uh-huh.
Get your trailer.
Mhm.
Prior to having that contract secured, get rid of everything you own and run the hell out of that contract for a year. And you have a fistful of money.
Oh yeah, well, I already know because who I'm dealing with is she's
I
been
know
in
that.
this.
I see the grin through the smile.
70s.
Trust me.
Yeah, she knows
See-
how to
see-
run them businesses.
See, I don't know how long you've been here, but this
I haven't. I came around like 12 something. My brother has been here since.
that's your brother?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Here's the thing. Americans have been sold the American dream, which is a big house, a big car, all of this stuff.
I'm low maintenance.
We don't need that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm
And it's
very
not,
minimal.
and it's not until you get it that you realize it never even meant nothing in the first place. Then you get tied into a trap where you got all this stuff, you working so hard to keep it, you never even use it, or you never even there.
Right.
And so all the money you making is come in the door and leave out the window.
Right.
And if people could really just look at what really come in and capture as much of it as possible, that'll solve a lot of the issues.
So my thing was, for me, I am a minimalist. And for me, I was in the healthcare field for 18 years. And when COVID hit, I had to get out. Well, I chose to get out. I'm on that FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early.
I got you.
So it's not a matter of working for other people anymore.
What's your number?
My retirement number?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not gonna discuss that.
No. I'm not talking about how much you have. I mean, you already have a number in mind.
Yes, I have a number in mind set. And one thing about healthcare is it's not going anywhere, and once you get in, you're in. You have to know how to network and just know what you're doing. And my mentor, she's been mentoring me since I was 16.
There you go.
And
How'd y'all meet?
Oh, I was in the Dunbar Hopkins program. So I've known her since I was in high school, 16, and now I'm 39. And I basically let her, I was just telling my sister, I think last night or this morning, it's not about her helping me get jobs anymore. I am the job. So I don't, I'm past the point. I'm 39, but I'm past the point of working for other people.
You trying to accelerate this thing.
Yes.
You trying to accelerate. So you know, there's ways you can pay a mortgage down in like 7 years. And
I don't want a mortgage.
right.
So I'm past that. You
I
know,
got you.
it's about you know, get what you need to get and pay cash, because then there's interest and all that other
All
kind of
that other stuff.
So my thing was, you know, keep in mind, I know that I don't need a lot because I'm not that big flashy type of person.
Right, that's
you know,
a good thing.
That's my early 20s. I'm gone with that. But I when COVID hit, I saw how the government treated healthcare workers.
Bad.
They didn't care. They didn't care. And so I knew that I had to leave something that I really loved, but I still wanted to help. And now I'm gonna help, but I'm not going to work for somebody else helping. I'm
Right.
gonna work for myself and help.
How often are they hauling these loads?
My brother told me about you, and maybe like a month ago or so. And so I was just like, all right, well, I think this will work. Let me come here first, get some information, and see if I could, you know, whatever information I could get from here, and get my thoughts and stuff together from it. So it's kind of, you know, I'm in the plans of getting things together because I don't know.
Yeah, you cut that off. Is we'll talk when we get out of here. I can put you. I can put you in the motivator.